You are now live. I am now live. Hello and welcome to the Wednesday show. And today we're live on Facebook and YouTube. And so, hello on the Live Video Hub. Hello on my profile. If you're watching the replay, thank you. We're about to go live on Amazon Live and everything is set to go. I just need to press the button. So, let's press the button. I've got the red and I'm going to go live on Amazon Live. These are always, remember when we first started doing this, we used to wonder whether it was actually going to work. Now we sort of take it for granted that it's going to work, and most of the time it does. So I'm going to go over here and I'm just waiting for the connection to be made and for all the carousel to come into my studio. Broadcasting from Be Live today, and I will be on screen in a second as soon as now, really. Hi, welcome. This is Stephen in wonderful Wiltshire, England, and we're live on Amazon Live, Facebook, and YouTube. And also, if I go here, we are live in the Live Video Hub group. At least I'm hoping we go live in the Live Video Hub group. Time will tell. Okay, so let's check again that no, we haven't got the carousel yet. So sometimes things happen straight away. Sometimes they don't. If you're watching on Facebook, hello, do say hello. I'll bring the snake on as soon as somebody comments. And we're looking today, obviously, the official introduction. I go here. Welcome to the broadcast with Stephen, live from England. And thank you for joining me today. And the program today is Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen Healey. We're talking about cameras, we're talking about microphones, lights, green screens, stream decks, everything. And I want to say hello to YouTube who are watching us today, and the Stream Element Spot is working away and monitoring the chat over there. It's handy to be able to go live on a social media site and not have to monitor the comments. The Stream Element Spot is actually doing that. If anybody makes a comment that they shouldn't do, then the Stream Element Spot will hide it, and it's free. Okay, so if you are broadcasting live to YouTube, then I would suggest that you do get the Stream Element Spots. Easy to set up. Just link it to your YouTube account, and you can have somebody monitoring your YouTube account whilst you're live, and you don't need to watch it. Now, if you comment on Amazon Live, Facebook, or YouTube, I will see your comments in the stream. And I can bring them on screen, and then we can have the snake. Okay, pointless having the snake. Right, you won't see the snake until you actually make a comment. If you want to tell me where you're watching from, please do. If you want to ask a question about live video, please do. I'm here to help. There are thousands of Amazon Live broadcasters, all of whom have different expertise, and we're here to help you to answer your questions about buying. This is, if you click the link in the carousel, which is for the Nexigo camera, which I'm going to show you in a moment, then you get the Nexigo Amazon.com page for the Nexigo 970p. And you can read the text reviews and you can watch the pre-recorded video reviews. But this is, on this page right now, it's a live review and it's interactive. As I'm talking about something, you can actually ask me questions. Yeah. So just give me a second. I'm just waiting for something to come in to my studio, and it's not come in yet. Okay, when you want something, it doesn't happen. So what we're going to do is go over here. Whilst I change my camera, I'm going to swap my camera for the Nexigo N970p. And the light has come on, so I can do this. That wasn't meant to happen. I pressed the wrong button. The joys of live video. Okay, I mean, I've been doing this now for 8 years, and still occasionally I will make a mistake and take myself and my microphone off camera. I don't mind taking my camera off, but my microphone should always stay on. Anyway, thank you for watching. You're looking in a second, if I just do this, just want to make sure that we're actually doing this. You're looking at the Nexigo N970p camera, which comes with a remote control, much like a TV remote control. And I will be telling you how this remote works and what you can do. The reason I got this camera, it is a 4K camera, and we can broadcast today in 4K. Just put the camera on OBS, set the destination to YouTube. You need a 20 megabyte upload, and you can broadcast in 4K on YouTube right now, right out of the box. And people can watch you in 4K, people can watch the replay in 4K. So there is a place for 4K cameras now. Okay, so that's important. So welcome to this live broadcast with Stephen, live from England. We're going to take a look at the Nexigo N970p. Now you're watching it now. In addition to that, you're listening to a Blue Yeti microphone, which is down in the carousel. Now, the first thing I should say about the Nexigo is Nexigo are based just outside Seattle, and they've been electronic retailers for quite a while. And 3 years ago, they decided there was a gap in the webcam market, and they've released 15 different webcams, of which the Nexigo N970p is one. And this is towards the top of the range. And today it's $179.99, which is a 5% discount. If you press the link in the carousel and you buy today, then you get a 5% discount. I got this camera purely and simply because of the quality of the image. Yeah, this is the best image I've seen on a webcam, bar none. Okay, I'm going to show you other cameras later. I'm going to show you the Brio. I'm going to show you the Oberspot. They're all 4K cameras, but this has got because it's got a 4K lens. I'll explain. Okay. So we're talking about the Nexigo N970p webcam. It is Zoom certified. So it's certified for use on Zoom. Okay. And it has onboard flash memory. Now, this is important. Okay. We spent hours setting up a webcam. We get the angles right. We're able to switch between. I can switch between angles using the remote. And then we take the camera, the webcam, to another place, and all the settings are gone. This is not so with the Nexigo N970p, because every time you set something up, the camera remembers. It's stored in the onboard flash memory. So everything I've told this camera to do, it remembers. And we'll see that in a couple of minutes. AI-powered auto framing. Now, this ostensibly it's a video conference camera. Basically, mount it on a tripod. Okay, that's just mount it on a tripod, like the UMQ'd one that's down in the carousel. And if there's one person, it will concentrate on one person. If there are 3 people, it's got face recognition. So it will widen its field of view to show 3 people on screen. If there are 5 people on screen, it will widen even further. So all 5 people are shown on screen. The person controlling software can zoom in on one. Now, this all works because it has an adjustable field of view, as I'll show you in a moment. The Nexigo N970p has dual AI noise cancelling microphones. This is important. If you're on a Zoom call or Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and your dog barks, if you've got a noise cancelling microphone, the only person who'll hear the dog is you. So it cuts out all background noises, which can disturb people on a live, especially on Zoom. The camera itself works with Microsoft Teams, with Zoom, with WebEx, and with Google Meet. And this is the magic. This is why this camera is so good. The N970p is built with a Sony CMOS sensor that features up to 3840 by 2160 ultra high definition resolution at 30 frames per second. Okay, and I can get that if I just edit there. Let's have that run along the screen for a moment. Okay, I've read it out now. And it's a Sony sensor. This is what gives it its 4K, 3840 by 2160. So it's a true 4K camera. And it's the Sony bit of it that actually does the magic and makes the image look so good. And it's why I like the camera so much. It does, as I said a moment ago, directly save any settings you make onto the webcam itself. So you can take the webcam from one computer to another. and this is important. It's got advanced face detection and automatically frame 1, 3, or 5 people for a meeting. So this is ideal conference camera. Put it on the tripod, one microphone, and the lens will just bring everybody in and pick up everybody's voices. Now, it has a remote. This is the remote with 10 times digital zoom. Okay, so it's not optical zoom, it's digital zoom, which means that I can control the camera with this. Now, you seeing me and you've got the green screen behind me, but you've no idea what my office looks like. Well, in a second, you will. This is basically what my office looks like. This is the default settings on the camera. If you think about it, when you get, just a minute, when you get a webcam, I don't want to destroy everything. When you get a webcam like this N920, sorry, C920X, there are no controls on the camera. You can't do anything with the camera unless you've got the software or a remote control. Now, the thing I love about Nexigo is they put extra things in. They've got the Sony CMOS sensor and they've got the remote control, which means I don't need the software. I'll put that down on the desk. I might use it later. The thing is that using remote control, I can zoom in. Yeah. And now you're seeing me as I want to be seen on Amazon Live rather than seeing my full office. Yeah. You're not seeing my full office. All you're seeing is the area of the screen that I want you to see. Using the remote control, I can zoom in gradually. Okay. And I can zoom out. I can go to the left. I can go to the right. Okay. I can go back to where I first started. Now, the thing about television remote control is that it gives you an on-screen menu. I know you can see that, can't you? Yeah. This on-screen menu controls the camera settings. And this means that you've got total control over how you look on camera. Let's just go through this. Exposure. At the moment, the exposure is automatic. If I take that off, then I've gone dark and I can start setting things up, but I think I'll go back to automatic. If I go back to the menu again, I can change the color. Now, at the moment, the colorways are automatic. If I take it back to manual, this is not the best look in the world. And basically, by changing the RGB, I can get it the colorways exactly as I want them rather than being automatic. I think that, however, that I always wonder if this doesn't work, I'm going to look at this for the whole broadcast. One push, variable, automatic. I think that's safest, don't you? So, but you can control it. You can change the colors. Image wise, I can change the brightness. I can change the contrast. I can change the sharpness. Okay, so the picture is getting sharper and sharper. I can flip. Okay, so I can go over this side of the screen. Or I can come this side of the screen. I can also flip vertical. Warning, this is a warning. I'm going to flip vertically for a second. Now, this is not the best look in the world because we're not used to seeing people upside down, but you can, if needs must, quickly do a vertical flip. And you can go into monochrome. Yeah. So these are all in the menu, which is on screen. And every time I make a change, that change is stored in the camera. Okay. And low light mode. And I've got open or close. We'll open that, see what happens. So I'm now stuck in black and white. Okay. And I can take the menu off like that. And I'm now black and white. And obviously, this would have its uses. If you're doing a broadcast about something historical, then to be able to appear in black and white would be something good. But I think what we need to do, so that people don't wonder what the heck is going on, is to go to image and go to, if you remember where it was, black and white mode. Okay, so what I'm doing, this is the menu from the webcam remote control, the Nexigo 970p. I'm just showing you what you can do. And you can go black and white. So if you were doing a historical program, then you can switch into black and white. TVs used to be black and white. I remember watching billiards, snooker in black and white. Not the same. I'm going to go like this. Well, wait a minute. I'm going to go like this. I'm stuck now. I'm stuck for the rest of the broadcast. And if I come down to black and white and come back to color, whew, that was quite a moment then. So you're looking at the Nexigo N970p, which is down in the carousel. It is $179.99, which is a 5% discount if you buy today. So we've seen the remote, 10 times digital zoom. I can zoom in, I can zoom out, I can go back to where I was at the beginning. Yeah, and I can just go slightly that way or that way and take out that black line. Okay, so the black line's gone. So what I'm saying is you've got fine control. It's got dual microphones and wide angle lens. And this is the important part. Nexigo, just a minute. Nexigo is an American brand built on the core values of innovation. So they're based just outside Seattle. And it was released, this camera was released on October 20th, 2021. Now it's been updated. I've had updates to the software whilst I've been using the camera, and they do look after their customers. They respond quickly, and they do keep updating the software. Absolutely brilliant. It does have low light correction. So if the lights went out, then it would, yeah. And so I just got a message on my iPad. Voice pickup to 20 feet. So it's ideal conference camera because you can be sat around the conference table. It can pick up voices up to 20 feet away. So put it on a tripod like this one. And the tripod that you're looking at the moment, if I go over here, I'm trying to find something. Okay, I know I've put it somewhere safe, yeah. The tripod that you're actually looking at, I'll just move the mic out of the way so you can see it. And it's featured down the carousel now. This is the Loom Cube tripod. And basically, you can put the camera on the tripod. Most cameras now have a thread in the bottom where you can put a tripod in. Simple and straightforward to do. So put the Nexigo on a tripod, and basically you can then use the conference cameras, put it on the conference table on the Loom Cube tripod. Now, the reason I love the Loom Cube tripod is you've got 3 legs tripod, and you can lock the legs in place so you can get the height there. You've got a 12 to 30 inch central tube, which you can extend. On top, you've got a ball joint, which means you can either put a camera in here, as I've done. That's the Obspot Tiny camera. Or you can put a light in here. So camera or light on this stand. I chose it for its elegance. This is a very elegant stand, and it's black. Okay, so back to me, and you're looking at the Nexigo N970p camera, which I'm going to bring into the carousel right now. But I do love that Loom Cube stand. It is a high quality stand. And it just looks good. Yeah, and that's what you want. You want it to be functional and you want it to look good. And the Loom Cube does exactly that. So we have been talking about the Nexigo N970p 4K webcam. I got it for the quality of the picture. It's the best picture I've seen on a webcam, bar none. It's got the remote control. It's got the on-screen menu. There is software you can use to control it. This has got more controls that you can shake a stick at. You've got total control over how you look on camera, and how you look is pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. If you want to know about any of these items, please do ask. You've got the USB hub there. The plant's not for sale. That's a thank you card from OneStream. You've got the TrebLab speaker in front. And if I take that off, okay, you can also see an all-in-one leather case, which takes an iPhone 12 or 13. That's the Samsung Galaxy S22. This, of course, is a Stream Deck, and that is Aftershok's Aeropex headphones. And this is a medal. Okay. Oh, those over there, that one. Those are basically TrebLab earbuds. Okay, so let's come back to me. Okay, so we're back to me. Oh, wait a minute. I want to do something. Just a second. Just let me go here. And I just want to change something. So I'm going to change back to my other camera and hopefully come back on screen. So now we're back. Okay, so we've looked at the Nextigo N970p. I would that you could actually rewind on Amazon, and I could say just go back 5 minutes to find out about 970p. Right, the next thing we're going to look at down in the carousel is featured. All right, now I've been broadcasting for 8 years now. Started before Facebook Live, so a long time ago, and I've done quite a few broadcasts. I broadcast on Amazon Live 11 a.m. Eastern every weekday, and you can catch me and you can come and ask me questions. But my friends, and basically I've got quite a few friends from live broadcasting. My friends said to me, and this is Grant Saunders, Efraim Lopez, both of whom broadcast on Amazon Live, and Marco Novo from Portugal. Can't forget Marco. They all said there's something that you actually need to be using that you're not. You need a Stream Deck. And I thought, what am I going to use a Stream Deck for? How's it going to check? Well, we're now a month down the line and I couldn't work without it. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how the Stream Deck works. Now, if you work with a lot of Chrome tabs open or Safari, and you've got many apps on your desktop, this next piece of equipment is going to save you time and save you money. And I'm going to show you exactly how it works. Yeah. So let's have a look at the unit itself. And don't want to drop it on the floor. I'm going to give you a practical demonstration, but this is the Stream Deck. Now, the Stream Deck is an arrangement of 15 buttons. Now, that each button can be a folder, which gives you another 15 buttons. It can be a Chrome tab, a web page, or it can be an application, or it can be a hotkey for an application. So let's just give you a quick demo. If I go here, that's going to give you a quick demonstration. Okay, and I bring this picture in. Okay, now I'm going to use the Stream Deck. And using the Stream Deck, my software I'm using to broadcast to you today has hotkeys. So I can go like this. I can go like this. I can go like this. And I can go back to here, all by using the hotkeys. I can use the hotkeys to mute a mic, to unmute a mic, and to move things around the screen. So now there are hotkeys for OBS, vMix, XSplit Broadcaster, and for, wait for it, there are hotkeys for, if I go down here, Be Live. Okay, so I'm using the Be Live hotkeys simply to change the screen layout, and it just simply works. That's the first thing. OBS, vMix, XSplit VCam, anything with hotkeys, you can bring it into here. There's a shop, and you can get hotkeys. You can get the buttons for free. Okay, let's come back. If I just need to load some software, just give me a second. Oh, it's there. It's already there, so that's good. Right, so this is, I'm going to hide that. I'm going to hide that. I'm going to switch that camera off. Okay, and I'm going to share my desktop now. I'm going to show you how this works and how this can save you time and save you money. So let's share my screen. And I'm just waiting for the screen share to come up. Yep, I want to share a window and I want to share that window. Bring it in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it on screen. So this is the Stream Deck software. Basically, you download it from Stream Deck and you've then got your software on your desktop. And I've copied it into my studio so that you can actually see the software and me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how this works. Yeah. Now, when I go live, I need to load my studio. So I click this button here. Yeah. And I then click the Be Live button. And you can see it's a web page. So if I click on there, underneath you'll see I've typed Be Live and then I've given it the URL for my studio. So every time I click that button, it will load Be Live. Now, whilst I'm live, I want to look at Amazon. So I've said Amazon and I've said the URL I want to look at, which is amazon.com/Stephen Healey. And that gives you my Amazon page 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I talk about Fitbits. So I've got the Fitbit page in there. So I've typed the title and given it the URL. And then on Mondays, next Monday, Nick Wood and I will be live at 11 a.m. Eastern and we'll be talking about movies. And we've got a Trivia Plaza movie quiz, and that's the URL for the quiz. And whenever I click that button, I get Trivia Plaza. When I click that button, I get Fitbit. When I click that one, I get Amazon. And it's as simple as that. So I can load web pages. Right, now let's go here. When I go live, I have to load camera software for all the cameras that I'm showing you whilst I'm live. So what I've done is we've got the OBSBot, which I'll be showing you in a moment, and I've typed in the word OBSBot, and then I've told it where the program is on my hard drive. I've got the Logitech software. I've typed in Logitech and I've told it where the program is on my hard drive. I've got the Nexigo camera we saw a moment ago, and again, I can link directly to the Nexigo software. So that means, come to me for a moment. Before I got this, I had to do all that manually. Now I can go live in minutes. Studio cameras done. Studio extra websites done. It saves time, it saves money. And the other thing is you don't lose anything. Your memory is going to be in here. Now let's go a bit further, because that's scratching the surface. I've had this for a month now. And basically the next thing I did was I actually got all the websites I use regularly. And I've got 14 websites I use almost every day. And for each of those websites, like Melon, well, all these I've put in the title and then I put in the URL. So 14 websites accessible straight away. If I go, you can have multiple pages. If I go to the next page by pressing the button bottom right hand corner, that button, I've got another 14 buttons. And if I go for AppSumo, let's go for AppSumo. Now, I don't know about you, but I like to buy software on lifetime deals. Rather than paying monthly, one-off fee, you get a lifetime deal, you can use the software forever. So I buy LTDs from AppSumo. And I bought these 14 programs from AppSumo. Now, the thing about an AppSumo program is you use it every day. Like I use SendFox and Radar and OneStream. But occasionally you forget one. So I went over to AppSumo and I looked at the list of programs that I'd bought, and I've added them all here. And my latest additions are, if I go here, on AppSumo at the moment, you've got Sleek Bio, which is $19.95, which is a one-page bio. You've got UK Live, which I'm using to build my community, which is $49, I think. And then TidyCal is basically Calendly, but again, a one-off fee, TidyCal. So I've got 14 applications there. And the true story, I showed that to my good friend Nick Wood, who didn't have a Stream Deck, but has tons of AppSumo apps. And he went out and bought a Stream Deck to control all his AppSumo apps. So that's one sale I know of. Okay, so back to here. Now, I went further than that because to say I've only had it a month. And if I go here, what I've got here is all the Facebook groups I access on a frequent basis. And that means that my top 14 Facebook groups are there. So I don't have to remember which groups I'm a member of. I'm a member of hundreds, but these are my top 14. And I can come in here, yeah, and I can click a button to go to OneStream, and that's the OneStream Facebook group. That is another one, and that's the Wave. That's the Be Live group. So all my major Facebook groups are in there. Now, if I go back up again, I've just started on this. Those are the web pages that I use on a regular basis. But no, there's the Facebook pages I use on a regular basis. So what's happened here is every website that I use frequently is now on the Stream Deck. And all I have to do to recall any of those websites or any of those applications that I use on a regular basis is press a button. So I can say without fear of contradiction that a Stream Deck, if you use lots of Chrome tabs and you use lots of apps on your desktop, this can get you organized and you don't forget anything because it's in here and it's all a button press away. So starting up the program, I can go to Be Live, I can go to all the camera apps that I've got to actually run this broadcast, and it just makes life a whole lot easier. Now, there are various models. If you click link in the carousel, there is a 6-button model, a 15-button model, a 30-button model, I think, and they all work the same way. So you can either go to a web page, you can go to an app on your desktop, you can use hotkeys that have been provided. I mean, a lot of programs have got hotkeys and the keys are already available. If I go here, just a minute. Oh, wait a minute, I'd opened another window. Just a minute. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing this. Okay, so you've seen this, you've seen how this works. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share a second page and hopefully this will work. And there we are. I'm going to bring this on screen. Okay, there is, if I go like this and like this, behind Stream Deck is a store where you can get help and you can also get all the new applications that have been Stream Decked. And if I go down, I'm trying to work this. Just a minute. We're back in a second. If I scroll down, plugins, yeah, we can get various plugins, and that should come through in a second. Okay, so we can get icons. I need more icons. We can get music. So you can play a bit of music and you can get sound effects, which you can play through the Stream Deck. So all of that, everything I'm showing you is free, and it's all part of the Stream Deck universe. And you can either have 6 keys, stop sharing. You can have 6 keys, 15 keys. And when I say 15 keys, that's the front screen. You can have as many pages. I was trying to press this. You can have as many pages as you want. So it's not just 15 keys, it's 15 to infinity, really, because you can just keep on going. Don't quote me on the infinity, but you can have a heck of a lot of keys on there. Right, that's the Elgato Stream Deck, and I've got to say now, I couldn't live without it. It's changed the way I operate. It makes it easier for me to go live. Simple and straightforward, and absolutely brilliant. Just let me make one. Yeah, interesting. Okay. So where do we go from here? Now, basically, I'm broadcasting from Be Live, and I just want to make one alteration. I'm going to take the Be Live logo off and I'm going to put my logo. Oh, put this logo here. Right, in addition to what I'm doing here, working for Be Live, I also run the live video hub. So if you want any information, not now, but later. Okay, so the live video hub is there. Right, now the next item down in the carousel is the OBSBot Tiny 4K. Right, which is $269. And I'm going to switch to it now. This is the OBSBot 4K camera. And the thing about the OBSBot 4K camera is that you can have 3 preset views. Desktop. I don't know where this is going to go, so let me go here. I can go over. No, not there. I'm actually driving this as we go along. And if I zoom in a bit, you can see. And let's go down a bit, up a bit. Okay, that with the reflections is the view out of the window at the moment. And you can see, okay, and it won't take that. You've got a reflection of me, you've got a view of the window. Let's come back to me. I need to set that up. It's getting foggy outside, as you saw then, but you can have 3 presets. And if I just go here, I just want to make one adjustment. Okay, not that one. Just bear with me a moment. The thing is that you can have hours of fun adjusting this. I just want to go that way and that way. No. How long have you got? I just want to go that way a bit. No, that way. That'll do. I'm going to stick at that. Okay. So I'm going to update that. So we've got the desktop and we've got me. Right. So that was me setting up a preset whilst we're live. It's so simple and so straightforward to do. But let's take a look at the features of the OBSBot. Then I'm going to give you a short demonstration of the camera itself. So we're talking about, if I go here, we're talking about the OBSBot Tiny PTZ camera. It's AI powered with auto framing and autofocus. Autofocus is, if I put this remote control near the camera, you can actually see it clearly because it's being focused on. Autofocus, you can either switch that on or off. It's AI powered. Okay, this is not just any camera. This is an OBSBot. It's a 4K video conference camera. Okay, I'll show you why momentarily. It has dual omnidirectional microphones and it's got auto tracking with a twin axis gimbal, which I'll show you in a moment. Got low light correction. If the lights go dim, then, well, let's just put the lights on for starters. Let me just start something up. Okay, so I'm starting the software up, and the software should take a second or two, and go here, and yeah, no, it's still starting. I'm just waiting for something. Okay, I'll show you that in a second. Magical gesture control. If you go like that, the camera will start to follow you, as it's doing now. If you go like that, the camera will stop following you. If you go like that, possibly, the camera will zoom out. And if you go like that, it's not going to zoom back in again, is it? I mean, let's be fair. It should. Ah! He zoomed back in. I've cracked it. You don't know how happy I am that that worked. You've got gesture control, and we can now say with total confidence that if you go like that, it might do something if it's of a mind to. Just a minute. Anyway, you saw it live. I've got it on video. Yeah, I'm happy. Okay, magical gesture control. It's got dual omnidirectional microphone with noise reduction, which makes it ideal as a conference webcam. It's obviously ideal as a single person webcam as well. It's got 3 preset positions, and we saw that if I go here, I can go to the desktop, I can go outside, or I can try and go outside. Just a minute, let's just do it again and go up. That's what it looks like outside at the moment. It's a bit foggy. Okay, if I move the curtain back, just give me a second. The lighting's not perfect for this, but if I move the curtain, just to show that this show is live, if I move the curtain back, you can see out the window, you can see the garden, you can see that it's getting towards 5 p.m. in the evening, so it's getting dark, but I'm going to save that preset if I can. Okay, let's come back to me. Okay, so we're back with me, and 3 preset positions, and if I go here and take that off screen, it's got AI tracking. I'm going to demo that in a minute. It's got versatile mounting. You can put it on a tripod if you wish. It's got a mind of its own now. All right, and this is the practical demonstration. Let's go here and go here. All right, I need a bit more light, so let me switch the light on from here. So the light's going on. Okay, so now we've got light. Okay, this, fingers crossed, will work. The thing I love about the Nexigo is it works beautifully when I'm sat down, but it does have AI tracking, which means that if I do this, then I knock something on the floor then. Just a moment. Okay, the camera should track me. I've broken the camera. Oh goodness. Just a minute. Don't go anywhere. Don't panic. Just let me put this camera somewhere safe. Okay, we will get back to me in a minute. Just a second. Shall we try that again without knocking anything over? That's better. Okay. Now, basically, and I'm looking at the camera now. It's 4 times zoom, and it's a 4K lens. It has the AI tracking, which means that if I move around the office, then the camera is going to follow me as I move. Which means if I go to the back of the office, and it's not a very big office, but I can still go to the back of it. If I go to the back of the office, then it's going to track me, and it's tracking my every movement. Yeah. And we can move this out of the way, and we're going to go over here. And one of the things about being able to stand up is that it's easier to demonstrate some things stood up than it is sat down. Down in the carousel at the moment, you will see Aftershok's Aeropex, and they are today 149.99, which is a 6% discount. You can see the HubSpot is still following me. These are my favorite headphones, Aftershok's. They go over your ear. Now, if I turn sideways, you can see that they're going over the top of my ear, right? So they don't go in your ear, which means that you can still hear. You can talk to somebody next to you. You can see and hear the traffic in front of you. You can hear the traffic behind you. And if a cyclist comes up behind you, then you can hear them as well. So these have safety features built in because you can hear everything that's going on. Now, at 11:30 every morning, I put these headphones on. I take my Samsung Galaxy S22, okay, and if I just log in, close that down and close everything, and I pair this headset with my mobile phone. Now, in terms of pairing, okay, if I go to connections on the phone and I go to Bluetooth on the phone, then I just need to switch these headphones on. Watch the Aeropex. I'll try and get the light out of the way. Right. Okay. So straight away, this headset is connected with the mobile phone. And if I go here and here, I can go to Amazon Music. I can load Amazon Music. Yeah. I can pick a playlist. Okay. Who should we go for? It says best rock. So we're going for best rock. I'm going to press play. I'm now listening. I hope you can't hear this, but I'm now listening to. I was then listening to music on this headset. Now, listening to music, the way that this works is what you have is speakers which vibrate there, and they go through your cheekbones to your inner ear. So, to your inner ear. So the sound hasn't got far to travel, and it just works. Yeah, it is good quality. I can go out, I can go for a 4 or 5 mile walk with this headset on, as I did this morning, listen to rock music, and the sound quality is so good because it's paired with my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and I go out and I walk for an hour and a half listening to rock music. So that's how they work. Cheek, bones to your inner ear. Totally safe, and there's a patent by Aftershok's on that. Control wise, okay, you have switch on and off, skip to next track, increase and decrease volume, take a phone call, one click, make a phone call, you've got voice dial, it's a microphone built in. Right. Now, I actually live in the UK, probably tell from my accent, and it rains a lot. These are waterproof. They've got a coating, if we look at them closer to the camera, they have a coating all around the headband, and they're waterproof to IP67. I wouldn't go swimming in them, but you can walk, jog, run, and cycle. They're ideal for outdoors. They're brilliant for indoors as well, but they are made for outdoors, for walking, running, jogging, and cycling. And you're getting great sound, and you can still hear people. You can hear the traffic. Very important. Now, one of the things about a headset, unless you've got great big cans on, is can the person near you actually hear the music? Now, I got so excited when I got these Aftershok's Aeropex. I put the Stones on straight away. And I went into my partner Angelica's office and I said, "What am I playing?" And Angelica said, "I don't know." So my final point is that there is very little leakage on the headphones themselves. In other words, people standing close to you can't hear what you're listening to. You could be listening to your favorite music or your favorite podcast, Absolutely brilliant. So that's the aftershocks. They are high quality, great sound, all the control that you'd want, and lightweight. They only weigh 28 grams. Okay, so this is my second pair of aftershocks, and all I can say is, he said, moving back and being followed by the camera, is that these headphones are great quality, and they do come in their own case, so you can carry them with you. But if you put them on, you actually forget you're wearing them. Okay, and you pair them with your phone. You could pair them with your PC or Mac as well. You've got total freedom. It's all Bluetooth, and it's high quality. You could have the mobile phone 40 foot away. This has been tested. This can be 40 foot away from the headphones and still work. So you could be out doing the gardening in summer. Oh, I am looking forward to summer. Okay, so where were we before we went to the aftershocks? I'm now going to go back, and we're looking at the OBSpot, and this is the OBSpot down in the carousel now, $269. It follows me wherever I go automatically. It gives me headroom. It puts me in the center of the screen, and it's just it's a pleasure to actually use it. Yeah, because it's not just looking directly at you. You're able to set it up so that you can be on a live broadcast like this and be totally professional, well, almost totally professional, and switch between camera shots. Yeah. So that's it. That is the OBSpot Tiny. Right. Oh, wait a minute. That woke Siri up then. Right. Okay. Now I'm going to go over to this camera. Okay. So that was we've looked at the OBSpot Tiny. We've looked at the aftershocks, and they are. I'm just going to check something. I don't know what's gone wrong. Okay. And right behind me, you've got a green screen, and it is the Fovitech green screen down in the carousel at the moment. You do need a green screen if you're going to look good. If you want to look okay, you don't need a green screen. But if you get involved in background removal software, then you need to look good. Now, on Friday, I do a green screen program. 11 a.m. Friday, we'll talk all about green screens. At the moment, it's down in the carousel, and I wanted to mention it just because today it is 22% off. So it's $77.95. It's a saving of 22%. Right. Okay. Now, where are we? Oh, yes. Okay. Right. Down in the carousel now, its featured item is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is the smartphone that I just paired with these headphones. I'm just going to switch the headphones off. Power off. Okay. So we're going to look at the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Now, if I go here, I can tell you a little bit about it. Yep, we're talking about the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is down in the carousel. There are various models available, 256 gig, 8K. It's got an 8K camera and 8K video, so it's good quality. It's got the brightest display that the Samsung phone has ever had, and this is the flagship phone for 22-23. So this is the best that Samsung have done. It has, just a minute, it has an embedded S Pen, and with the S Pen, I can go, just a minute, I can go here, and just a minute. Okay, so, right. So you can write with it. There are 8 different applications you can actually use straight out of the box. In addition to that, if you're in a no phones meeting and you switch your phone off, you can still take notes and save them. so that when the meeting finishes, you can go back to those notes and take further action. So the S Pen does allow you to take notes even when you're in a no phones meeting. Okay, another feature, long battery life, takes an hour to recharge and lasts for 24-30 hours. It takes 8K super steady video. There's a built-in stabilizer here. There is a problem when you're taking video. Okay, so you're holding your camera like that and you're walking along and you're shooting video. But in actual fact, what's happening as you walk is the camera goes up and down, because your gait, you actually go up and down. You don't notice it, but the camera does. So built into here is a stabilizer which steadies the video. So as you go up and down, the video doesn't. Okay. It can do nightography. Now, I've seen some brilliant pictures which look like they were daylight. It is, just let me do this, 108 megapixel rear camera, which is amazing, really. It's got adaptive color contrast, so it adapts to how light it is, how much sun there is. Long-lasting battery, as I said, and now to charge 24, 38 to 30 hours, you can use the embedded S Pen. Just excuse me a moment. I just want to go here. Let me go here. See, whilst you're looking at that, what you don't know, and you have no way of knowing, apart from the change in my voice, you have no way of knowing what happened then. But I'll come back and own up. I dropped the S Pen on the floor. Okay, so it's got the embedded S Pen. Now, if I'd gone out of the office, leaving it on the floor, I get a message on the phone saying, have you left your S Pen behind? Okay, now the phone is unlocked by Samsung. It is dual SIM, so you can have two phone numbers. Right, okay, now, let's be honest about this. I've given you the features of the phone. Okay, but the thing about, if I turn that off, the thing about it is that I can tell you the main features, but wouldn't it be better if I could show you the photographs? Okay, so let's get set up. It'll take me a second to set up. Okay, and we're going to go here. Right, okay. Now, what I've been doing is I've taken photographs using the Samsung Galaxy S22. Okay, because we all get phones to make phone calls. We also get them for the cameras. And the images I'm about to show you were all taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22. This photograph was taken yesterday. I live in Devizes in England, about 97 miles from London. This is the Kennington Canal, which runs from Bristol to London. It was used to carry goods that had arrived by ship in Bristol. They were taken from the ship and put onto a barge, and the barge sailed up the canal all the way to London. So cotton bales from the USA and a lot of other things besides were shipped on this canal. Now, I went out for a walk yesterday, and no, your eyes do not deceive you, the canal was frozen. And you can see on the right-hand side is a path, and then the canal in the center was frozen. That's a lock gates in front of us, but this image was taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Next image. Again, we're on the canal, and this is, I walk 5-6 miles a day. This was last week, and this shot is taken looking out towards Melksham and around the other side of the canal. I'm just walking up, and I stopped here and I took this photograph. I love the landscapes it does. Most of my photographs are landscaped. This is the bottom of the locks. The locks are designed, well, I'll describe in a minute, but this is where I do my marathon training. and on the path on the right-hand side. I love the way that the trees are reflected into the water. This was a day when it wasn't frozen. Okay, next. Now this is Salisbury Cathedral. Salisbury Cathedral is about 25 miles away from where Angelica and I live. It was built in the 10th and 11th centuries, and this is the interior of the cathedral. As you've probably guessed by now, with the Christmas tree in the background, this photograph was taken in December 2022. And I'll just take the wording off so you can actually see the font. And the font was installed in 2008 design competition. And you can see at the corners that the water actually runs out of the font and down into the ground, and then it's cycled round. So the water keeps going round and round. This is a living font. Just as a piece of art, to me, this simply works. Right, the next image is my partner Angelica walking along the canal. And the next image, this is the Court Garden, which used to be an industrial estate, but now it's an English country garden. And I went under the tree to actually get this shot. I thought this will look good, and it does. This in the distance, you can see a hill. That hill is called Roundway Hill. And in 1643, the Civil War was ongoing, and the Battle of Roundway Hill took place. Roundheads versus Cavaliers, cavalry, infantry, and cannon. And one of the cannon, because cannons weren't very accurate in those days, one of the cannons fired and it hit St. James's Church, which is our local church. The wall still has a mark in it to show where the cannonball landed. On this particular day, the Royalists won the battle, but it's, well, you can actually climb up there and you can be a tourist and explore. Okay, now this again is the canal, 27 locks, and this is where I did go walking. This is where I was yesterday, and it was a bit, well, it was a bit icy yesterday. Okay. Now this is a lock on the Carnarvon Canal. Basically, you close the bottom lock and you let water in from the top, and that equalizes the levels with a boat in there, and the boat just lifts up to the new level. Great bit of Victorian engineering. And we do have Devizes Town Band, and the town band played in the local park, which is Hillworth Park, and this was a great day out in the sun. And again, I love the fact that the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra makes me look good. And this final shot is of the Courts Garden. If you remember the shot under the tree, this is the English Country Garden, looked after by the National Trust, and we visit there 5 or 6 times a year. And all I can say is that the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra takes the most amazing 8K photographs. Now, I can only give you a representation of them at the moment because we're broadcasting in 720, but this is phenomenal in terms of image quality. Yeah, if I go off solo again and we just look at the images. Okay, penguins. Okay, I was about 30 foot away when I took this shot. Yes, 5 of them are asleep. This was just before feeding time, and they were just having a nap before lunch. And then this is where I live. This is Devizes in Wiltshire, about 93 miles away from London. I love the composition of this photograph. You've got the cars on the left, the no parking lines on the right, and then you've got the shop with its wares outside. And on the original of this, the 8K image, I can actually zoom in at the top and I can see people's faces. Incredible. And then you can get pretty close up shots. I'm just wondering what's next. And this is just, well, I can tell you that the image was taken with a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And this is, if I go down here, this is the Quartz Garden in Wiltshire. And on a sunny day, there is nowhere better to be. Ice cream, just walking around the gardens. And it's so peaceful and so quiet. Looked after by a National Trust. And it is just totally wonderful to actually be there. Okay, so that's what this mobile phone can do. It is the flagship phone from Samsung. And of course, we're all aware that there will be a new phone out pretty soon. So there you have it. Okay, you have been listening to, and you are listening to, the Blue Yeti microphone, which is a featured item down the carousel. This, and I can't say any more on this, this is the Blue Yeti microphone. Okay. And the reason I'm mentioning it, talking about it, showing it to you, is it's 23% off today. So this microphone is $99.99 today, which is a good price. It's 23% discount. I've got 3 microphones, and I've got to say, it's all about the sound. Any live video is about the camera, the microphone, and the lighting. Okay, and my microphone today has been the Blue Yeti. So I'm just waiting for that to go. Now, if I go here and I go, just a minute, I go here. Yeah. If you've got any questions at all about live broadcasting, then please do ask. You've got the opportunity to interact. If you click the link in the carousel, you'll go to that product page. You're not buying anything until you decide the normal buying procedure on Amazon. But if you see something in my carousel that you want more information on, then please do ask. We're here as a free service. If you think an Amazon.com page has got text reviews, recorded video reviews, and this is the live review. I own the items down the carousel. I use them on a daily basis. If you've got any questions about anything that I'm using, then please do ask. I'm here to help. Yeah. Now I'm here at 11 a.m. Eastern every weekday, and I enjoy being here. I'm fortunate to be here. I love being on Amazon Live. There's no better place to be. And I just want to say thank you to the following people. Just a minute. Need to see this. I want to say thank you to Mr. Grant Saunders, Mr. Barry Loxton, Mr. John Upton, and Bertola Bergstrand, who've actually been watching me on Amazon Live. If you're still here, guys, thank you. So thank you to everybody who watched on Facebook, because this goes out on Facebook as well as Amazon Live. And I'm here to help. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I want to talk about something which is there. Okay. Just give me a second again. Just let me put this back to the desktop. Okay, so we're going back to the desktop. That gives me a chance to stand up. Okay, and pick something up. Okay, and then come back here. And it's as if I never moved. Well, that's what I'm telling myself anyway. Okay. Now, there are 3 things which are important on a Zoom call or on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Just three things. The camera, and we've looked at the Brio, we've looked at the Nexigo, we've looked at the Obspot. Yeah. The microphone, we've spoken about the Blue Yeti microphone, and you'll also find the Elgato Wave 3 down in the carousel, along with the AT2020. Now, the other thing that's important is lighting. I used to have 2 softboxes, one either side of me, great big things, and they used to shine onto the wall, light reflected onto me, and it worked. I got used to it. But after 2 or 3 years of use, the thing about a softbox is it's made of fabric, and the fabric starts to fray. And my partner Angelica said, they're not looking as good as they used to. Okay, so after 2 or 3 years, if you've got soft boxes, you have to swap them out. Yeah, because the fabric just goes, no matter how careful you are, right? Bulbs last, but fabric goes. So I was looking for a solution. I was looking for a new way of lighting my broadcasts. And I watched a show with my good friend Marco Novo, and he was talking to a gentleman from Logitech, and he showed this light. If I go back a minute, you can see the size of it. This is down in the carousel now. This is the Logitech Litra Glow light. And I've got to say that today this light is $49.99, 17% discount, 17. You attach it to your monitor using that shelf. Okay, so that shelf attaches it to the monitor. The light itself extends. Okay, so you can extend it another 9 inches. You can bend it forward to any angle. Yeah. You can turn it left and right. Okay. You can put it back down again. Mine light is actually on at the moment and it's like that. Okay. On the back, you got the controls. Now you've got brightness and color and warmth. Yeah. And you can control using the sliders. There's the on off button there. But you can also control this using software. And that's where the magic comes in. Because this is the first light that Logitech ever made. Now we know Logitech. Okay, we know the Logitech C920, the Brio. This is the first light they produced. They've gone on to produce a second one. If you click the link in the carousel, you find out more about the second light. But I'm showing you the first light. Okay, so if I go here and I go here, just a minute, and I go here, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the software that controls the light, because reaching over to control it is not on. So we need some software. So I'm going to share a screen. And if I hit the right, no, if I hit the right button, okay, window, Logitech G Hub, okay. And I'm going to bring the software on screen. So let's go here and here. This is Logitech G Hub software. And I'm going to go picture in picture. Can hide that photograph now. That was taken with a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. I'm going to go picture in picture. This is the software that controls the light. It's Logitech G Hub. It's respected by millions of gamers around the world. And I'm going to give you a quick overview and then in 2 minutes, a demonstration. So stick with it. Okay, and I need to go here. Its official name is the Logitech Litra Glow Premium LED Streaming Light, and it is made for streamers. It's made for broadcasters and for gamers. The lighting is called True Soft, and it's got an adjustable monitor mount. You can mount the light on a tripod. Yeah, adjustable monitor mount, either on the back of your monitor or on a tripod. Okay. It's got the brightness and contrast and color. It's got the desktop app, which we're looking at the moment. It has natural skin tones and a radiant look. Do I look radiant? I don't know. It is safe for all day streaming. This was made for gamers and you can leave it on 24 hours a day if you wish. I mean, gamers stream for 8 to 10 hours at a time. Broadcasters 2 to 3 max. You've got freedom of light placement. We've talked about that. And it uses Logitech's free G Hub software, which you're looking at right now. Okay, so let's go side by side. Okay, now I'm going to use the software. The software comes with, if I can find it, just let me close that. Okay, I just want to go here. It comes with presets. So if I go here, I've gone lighter. This is the lightest it will go. The next preset, all set up, is called mild afternoon. And hopefully you're seeing a difference between the light settings. And then bright candlelight. And all that's happening is that the temperature and the brightness are being adjusted. And there are 6 presets, and you can set up your own. This is one I did earlier. So if we go here, okay, so using the software, you can position the light wherever you want because you can put it on a tripod. You can change the intensity of the light. You can change the temperature. You can change everything and the brightness. So Logitech Litra Glow Light is lighting me right now. It's down in the carousel. It is a discount of, I think, just a minute. It's a discount of 17% today. So there's $10 off today. Okay. We've also looked at the Loom Cube stand, remember from earlier? We looked at probably the most stylish stand that I've seen. You've got the locking mechanism at the bottom. You've got a 12 to 30-inch extendable tube. You've got the ball joint at the top, and it will take a camera or lighting. Right, okay. Now, the next thing is here. I don't know whether you can actually see it or not. Let's just try and swing the camera around. Just a minute. Other way. There it is. This is a 7-way USB hub, and each of those slots there will take a USB. Now, the truth of the matter is, on today's broadcast, I'm using 4 cameras and 2 microphones. I couldn't do that if I didn't have the USB hub, powered USB hub that's down in the carousel. It's $42.99, which is a 7% discount today. This show would not be possible without this $42.99 unit. If you've got more than one camera, if you've got more than one microphone, if you've got lighting, then you've got a PC or Mac, you've only got a limited number of slots to plug things into, and I run out of places to plug in. So this extension, I'm going to hide that. Hide. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. Just a minute. Oh, I need those, don't I? Okay, it's getting towards the end of the broadcast. Okay, thank you for watching me live. I do appreciate it. So we've seen how the light works, so I can hide that. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. And oh, you can't see it, can you? Just a minute. Just let me make a change. Hopefully I can get this to work. Right, okay. You can see below me, that is the hub that's down in the carousel. What you've got is you've got 7 USB inputs, USB-A, which means you can plug in cameras and microphones and lighting. And basically, it works as if you plugged it directly into your PC. This is PC only. There is a Mac version, but I'm talking about the PC version. And I need to put this light down. Just a minute. This is a game changer for me. $42.99. My purchase of 2022. It's changed the way that I work. I've got 4 cameras. I've got 2 microphones. I've got 1 light, all plugged into the unit you see bottom right. It really makes things work, and it's worth having one in your toolkit, yeah, because you never know when you're going to need it. In addition to 7 USB ports, it's got 4 recharging ports, so I can recharge my Fitbit, I can recharge my headphones just by plugging them into that unit that you see down there. So not only does it power things, it recharges things. The other thing is the power supply for your cameras and your microphones are coming direct from the mains. They are not draining the power on your PC or Mac. It means that your PC can operate at optimum settings. What I do every morning, I come into the office, I switch on the 7 blue lights because they're all powered individually, and that starts up my cameras and microphones. They're taking their power from the mains. They're not affecting the computer. And this has a great saving because when you switch your computer on, it comes on faster because it's not having to search for, all the cameras and all the microphones are already there. It works a lot better when you've got one of these units, and there are similar available for Mac. This is the one that I chose, and it's on discount today. It's $42.99. It was, just a minute, glasses needed. It was $45.99, so it's a 7% discount. If you have more than one camera, if you have more than one microphone, if you've got a light and you want them to work just as if you plug them into your PC, this is the unit to get. Okay. Rant over. Okay. It's good to have a rant occasionally. I don't know why. I will never know why computer manufacturers do not supply enough ports. Just beyond me. Okay. So where are we? I think now's the time to go over here, okay, and say that your host has been Stephen Healey, live from England. We've been talking about live broadcasting. We looked at the Brio and the Samsung S22 mobile. I want to say a big thank you for watching me. I do so enjoy being live here. And when you come back, I'm back tomorrow 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm back on Friday 11 a.m. Eastern. Friday's the green screen show. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for watching me live today. It's been my pleasure. Bye for now.